Good morning, church. What is your image of God? And what's your relationship to Him? When I was a young boy of about 5 or 6, my parents told me that a distant relative whom I had never met, Mrs. Morgan from England, was coming to visit us. When she arrived, she chatted with my mom and dad for many hours. Then she went on her way. It was a one-time visit, and I never met her again. Sometimes I had the impression about God as I did about Mrs. Morgan. God lived way in heaven, and I was unlikely to meet him until I died. I was told that he loved me, and I should love him. And when I died, he would take me to heaven, or he might send me to hell for all eternity. Sometimes our church gives us an image of God that is more dysfunctional than useful. However, in today's gospel, Jesus gives us an insight into how God relates to us. It is the image of the vine and the branches. Let me read it to you. It's from John chapter 15, verses 1 through 8. Jesus said to his disciples, I am the true vine, and my Father is the vine grower. He takes away every branch in me that does not bear fruit, and every one that does he prunes, so that it may bear more fruit. You are already pruned because of the word that I spoke to you. Remain in me as I remain in you. Just as a branch cannot bear fruit on its own unless it remains on the vine, so neither can you unless you remain in me. I am the vine, you are the branches. Whoever remains in me and I in him will bear much fruit, because without me you can do nothing. Anyone who does not remain in me will be thrown out like a branch and wither. People will gather them and throw them into the fire, and they will be burned. If you remain in me, my words remain in you. Ask for whatever you want, and it will be done for you. By this is my Father glorified, that you bear much fruit and become my disciples. Jesus said, I am the vine, you are the branches. Does that mean that Jesus has the same DNA as us? I believe it does. A woman came for a blessing one day before she went into hospital to deliver her baby. She returned a month later with the baby in her arms to proudly show me her child. It was the same child as had been in her womb. The child came from her. It had her DNA. However, now it had an independent life, and with her help it would grow and develop. But it was still part of her. It always would be. Now, Jesus knew he came from God. He came from the womb of God. He heard God say at his baptism, "You are my Son. I am well pleased with you." Jesus also tells us we are also from the womb of God. I'm the vine, you are the branches. On the day I was ordained a priest, I was not sure if I wanted to take on that responsibility. 3 years earlier, I had come within a week of ordination, but decided to walk away. Now, as the bishop called me forward, out of the corner of my eye, I saw my sister-in-law with her cine camera trained on me. I said to myself, I'd better smile, or Mom will know that I'm still not sure. So I smiled. Suddenly I found myself on the top of a mountain. And then I heard a voice say, "Brendan, are you going to step back again? Or are you going to come forward?" I said, "I hope you're there," and jumped off the mountain. I do not believe that God is off in heaven somewhere. He's right here beside me. He's as close to me as the mother was that day to her newborn child. And he loves me as much as the mother loved her child. I believe that Jesus had the same experience of God's love at his baptism, and that is why he could say, "I'm the vine, you are the branches." We're all children of God. Dear church, Jesus sought to live by the Spirit of God, and it led him to crucifixion, but eventually to resurrection. Our DNA may demand the same of us. However, I pray that in all your struggles in life, you may feel the closeness of our loving God beside you, as I have felt in mine. God bless you.